everyone, my name is Fox Blockhead. This is your Belgium Formula 1 Fantasy Grand Prix wrap from a fantasy perspective. As I said, Fox Blockhead here with you again. This is a little late after the Belgian Grand Prix. The Italian Grand Prix is this weekend, but this is a bit of a makeshift setup because the work has been flat out this week. Fantasy race result from Belgium. Let's have a look here. Charles Leclerc qualified number 1. Finished the race number 1, 44 points for him. Lewis Hamilton coming in second with 37, Bottas with 28. The top team this weekend was Ferrari with 65. I actually think that's only 60. I think I made a boo-boo there. And Vettel with the fastest lap, plus 5 for him on his fantasy total. So here's the full driver results. 1, 2, 3, as already seen. Albon, Hulkenberg, 2 really good value picks for this round. Perez, Leclerc, just around the 2.0 mark, but Kvyat, wow, 21 points for his 7 million. If you had him, that is a good pickup right there. Down to the constructor standings, and you can see Mercedes and Ferrari both on 60 points. I picked Ferrari as the top team because they are the more value pick. You got them in your team. But I just had a look at this before and I did not sort it. My badness. Alpha with 0, Haas with -8. Toro Rosso though, 30 points. Mostly coming from the one driver there, but a value of 4.23. You pick up Toro Rosso with a bunch of other drivers and you get a decent score out of that. Here's the dream team for Belgium. Within budget, best score looks like this. With the double on Albon, Charles Leclerc, Nico Hulkenberg, Perez, Kvyat and Ferrari for 221 points. Huge total right there. And if you got better than that, please let me know in the comments. Within budget, of course. Within budget, you can't just pick the top 5 drivers. 92.3 million for that. So still a little bit of wiggle room there. The dud team. If you had any of these drivers, you probably didn't go as well as you could. I myself had Raikkonen and Verstappen in a couple of my teams. Not so good. Carlos Sainz also made an appearance in one. Yeah, not the best. Anyway, if this was your combination, -41, you're going backwards. Sorry to say, 69.3 million to get that dud team. So onto the dream studs, avoidable duds for Belgium after 13 weeks. We have Bottas and Kvyat leading the studs. Hamilton and Stroll in there, Gasly, Verstappen, Russell, Sainz, Leclerc, with Mercedes being the top team. Gasly has swapped over to Toro Rosso, but I haven't updated it yet, so have a look at Gasly. He's actually Toro Rosso now. And over to the duds, Grosjean, Kubica, Giovinazzi, Magnussen with Haas and Alpha. As the teams to avoid Haas, I think, are the teams you probably don't want to have hanging around. Drivers bonus chance for Belgium, we had no one. No one was up for a bonus in qualifying. No one was up for bonus in the race. No drivers with plus points. What about constructors, you ask? Red Bull, they were up there. They got Germany and Hungary, both drivers in the top 10 in Q3. Unfortunately, in Belgium, their new driver, Albon, took a penalty, and I think he just said, got to Q2, that's it, hands up. So not doing it. No constructors up for bonuses in the race. That is fine. Looking ahead now, we've got Italy and Singapore up there. Gasly, Great Britain, Germany, Hungary. Looking at Belgium, didn't. He swapped teams to Toro Rosso, but did not finish Q3. So unfortunately, he is out. Who else we're looking at here then? Bottas, Raikkonen, Hamilton, Grosjean and Sainz. They actually finished in Q3 for 2 races in a row. Let's have a look at Belgium. Bottas got through, Raikkonen through, Hamilton through, Grosjean didn't finish in Q3, Sainz didn't finish in Q3. So we lose 2 drivers and we have 3 who move on to Italy. Still no bonus for Italy. If they finish in Q3, it's Singapore that they will be looking for a bonus. Onto the race, Hamilton, Vettel and Albon, they are up to 4. So they're on 3 at the moment. If they can get the bonus from Italy, they're up for Singapore. Gasly, Bottas and Leclerc in the race, they're on 2. If they can get the bonus in Italy, they're not up for Singapore. They're up for the race after Singapore, which I can't remember what it is at the moment. Is it Japan? Or do we head to America? Can't remember. I should have looked it up. The constructors bonus chance looking ahead. Ferrari and McLaren were both up there with the Hungary Q3 finish for both of their drivers. Ferrari did it in Belgium. McLaren did not. So we only have one team right now, Ferrari, who's looking for the bonus in Italy, and in terms of the race, Ferrari and Mercedes. So if you have either of those teams in Italy, bonus chance is right up there. Thinking Ferrari's a good pickup. Current drivers' standings in terms of fantasy, Hamilton's up the top with Verstappen closing in, only 110 points behind now. Bottas 17 points behind him, then Vettel, Leclerc, Gasly haven't swapped his team over yet, but I expect him not to go too much further than that. He took a big price hit when he got bumped down to Toro Rosso, but as you'll see, go over the page, and Albon with the big price hike, 12.2 now for him. I expect his points to get better, especially now he has his new power unit. Onto the constructors' standings, not too much of a change here. Toro Rosso with a bit of a dip, maybe because they got Gasly, I don't know. But Mercedes still 230 points up on Ferrari, doing a stellar job. Toro Rosso, though, the value pick at the moment. Strange times. McLaren's up there, Mercedes up there, Williams up there. Hey, good luck in your fantasy teams. Let's have a look now at the driver battles for the bottom 5 teams. In qualifying, Magnussen has out-qualified Grosjean. Grosjean has outraced Magnussen 7-6. This is after 13 races in Belgium. Raikkonen has out-qualified Giovinazzi 9-4 and outraced him 12-1. Over to Renault, Ricciardo has both of these 9-4 and 7-6. Right, Ricciardo, the one to pick up over those two in Renault. Russell, definitely the one that you want out of a Williams pairing if you do want a Williams driver. 13-0, 10-3. And after one race, Gasly got the qualifying bonus there, but Kvyat got the race. Or was that the other way around? I may have mixed that up. And of course, Gasly doesn't have the Toro Rosso label yet. That will be coming next race. Let's have a look here at their most qualifying session. So bonus points if you get to Q2 and if you get to Q3. So have a look here. Raikkonen, for example, Q3 7 times out of 13 races. Kubica and Russell haven't actually got out of Q1 yet. 13 out of 13. Gasly finished Q1 in his only race in Toro Rosso. But take that as you will. Let's go to the not to the top 5 teams. This is their average change in position per race. Gasly with +7 in that race. He did a really good job coming up the field. Most of those with a slight minus though. As a car goes thundering past the top 5 teams. McLaren first with Norris taking the qualifying battle, Sainz taking the race battle. Over to Racing Point, Perez, both of those 13-0, 18-5. Down to Ferrari, Leclerc with the qualifying battle, Vettel with the race battle. Leclerc I expect to come up in the races over the next few, and Verstappen beat Albon because Albon took the power unit upgrade, but Verstappen got bumped out by Kimi Raikkonen in that first corner incident, and so Albon took the race victory out of those two, but I do expect Verstappen to consistently beat Albon. Does look like they're going to be a lot closer than Verstappen and Gasly were. And Mercedes, 8-5, 10-3, Hamilton over Bottas. I think if you want one of those two and you're not worried about cost, Hamilton is definitely the pick with the bonus points. On to their average, or not their average, their most qualifying sessions out of 13 races. Verstappen has finished in Q3 12 out of 13 races. Bottas and Hamilton every single time. Q3, Leclerc and Vettel have missed it once each, and I think on different times. So those bonuses are a little bit wonky. Lance Stroll 11 times out of 13 in Q1. So Stroll probably not the driver that you want, but that's a bit more information for you. Hopefully you're making good decisions out of all of this. Average amount of positions gained. Albon from the back of the pack in Belgium, making up 12 places. Stroll doing quite well every race, with plus 5.6 positions on average. But those ones that start at the front of the grid often come back a few places when they shuffle out a little bit. So all that to consider to try and get the best result that you can. Over onto the Fantasy League now. I Piston Roventi. We have the top score this week in the Blockheads Fantasy League with 202 points. Congratulations. SDG the Peeps with the second place with 139. And Mystery F1 Team Stop finishing up there so I don't have to say the team name. It's very tricky. With 114 points, also saw the Albon switch, put the turbo to get that good score. Well done. This is what we're looking at. Diego taking the top 2 positions. SDG and Mysterious Bright Mystery from Kevin taking 3rd and 4th. I'm still in there with Engine Blockheads, but the rest I think are falling away just a little bit. And that's the score since Baku, since round 4, which is a point where we can compare all of our teams. That's when we all were competing. Onto my teams now. My 36 points for Follow the Signs. Like I said, Verstappen, Sainz, Raikkonen. Not a good combination this weekend, and I've decided to change Leclerc in for Bottas for Italy. The Engine Blockheads with 112 points, and hang on, let me go back to that one for a second so you can check out the Engine Blockheads score. That's the I had for Belgium my wildcard team in there, so I was able to sneak in Albon at the end of that, right before the Belgium race, so I was able to get those good points, 112 for that one. And coming into Italy, we've got Sebastian Vettel in for Max Verstappen is the change that I made for Italy. And I've got another team, no risky business. I decided to enter the Summer League on Formula1.com, fantasy.formula1.com, and I've picked up Albon, Raikkonen, Verstappen, Perez. Not super score, 112 points there, but not too bad. But because it's a Summer League, goes for 2 races, Belgium and Italy. This is it. So I used my wild card, changed everyone around. Albon keeps the turbo. In comes Ricciardo, Leclerc, Bottas, keeping Perez in there. But Ferrari, they're up for bonus points. Easy way to climb up the ladder. Well, that's my hope anyway. That is my hope. And that's the Belgium Grand Prix Fantasy Review for 2019. The next race is Italy from September 6th to September 8th. I'm recording this, I've got a few hours until Q1 actually. Qualification 3 p.m. Saturday, August 7th local time. Get your changes in on fantasy.formula1.com so that they are changed and included for the Italy race 2019. If you'd like to join the league, the Blockheads League, you can using the description, the code in the description below. If you have any edits or changes or suggestions, please leave those in the comments. But that's all for me. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Fox Blockhead. This has been your Fantasy Formula 1 review for 2019 Belgium Grand Prix. Until next time, the fast and furious Italian Grand Prix from Monza. I'll see you later, alligators.